Hello, Kim.
Why? Hello. How's it going?
Really good. Oh, I am so excited about this round, Kim.
Tell us why.
Well, I haven't watched any of the submissions. Have you watched
Yeah.
any of them?
No, we're going to go in blind to see them. So, as our guest, when we introduce them very shortly.
Yeah,
But I'm excited about this because in the past, we have been the ones communicating what the brief has said back to us,
yeah.
or those submissions. And this time, the participants are pitching their idea to their client who will meet very shortly. But yeah, I'm very excited.
Yep.
Cool. Well, so welcome everyone back to the show. This is the quarterfinals. There's 2 episodes. We've got 8 participants left. It's getting very exciting now. Everything is getting more tense, more challenging, more exciting. Solutions are getting better and better. And if you don't know about the show, welcome. If this is your first time watching, we appreciate you joining us. It is running in conjunction with the Learning Conference, a great opportunity for development created by learning designers for learning designers. Kath, I'd love to give you the opportunity to chat about something you've been working very hard on behind the scenes, which is the app for the conference, which is nearly ready. So what are the benefits of our app?
Well, so we basically you've probably seen actually in episodes of the show we've been showcasing some. Well, actually, Troy has done a submission in Glide, and we had someone else do a submission in Glide. So
Simon. Yeah.
Simon, that's right. So we actually built the conference app in Glide, and we're really excited because that's where we're going to be letting all our attendees chat and leave comments for our speakers, and yeah, just find out a little bit more about the conference. And yeah, it's growing and growing, and I've been working on it with Devlin, so I'll be doing a session on. Actually, I'll be giving a stripped back version of the conference app, and we'll be rebuilding it. And it'll be good because we've got data there and we can see the different formats that you can put that content. And then Devlin, on the last day, is going to be talking about how he can pull XAPI statements out of it. So, yeah, it's going to be really good.
Very cool. So everyone that comes to the Learning Conference, they get their own individual app, like you log in with your own personal details for other apps. It's your personalized journey. You get to chat to other people. It's kind of becomes your community of practice after the
That's
event.
right.
So let's get into the show. Welcome our guest. Welcome, Mike. Mike likes to blend things like marketing. He likes to show empathy towards his learners, visual design, technology. How's it going, Mike? What are you excited about today?
I'm super excited to be here. As I was telling you guys, like this is such a fantastic thing you guys are doing here. It's just amazing. So it's good to be some even ever so small part of it.
Oh, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you. And thanks for the kind
Absolutely.
words.
Absolutely, absolutely. We've
So-
known each other for quite a while, Mike, and respect you a great deal. And yeah, couldn't think of anyone better that we wanted on the show. So phenomenal.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks.
you
I'm
for
just,
coming.
like I said, super excited to be here and excited to see the entries and see where this takes us this week. So ready to roll.
All right.
Cool.
Let's
Shall
have a look
I
at the brief.
Oh yeah, pass over to the brief. It was a good one, this one.
Oh yeah, if we don't say so ourselves.
If we don't say so ourselves.
No, it was a good challenge for us to put this together. We are trying to really stretch people with these briefs and think about what actually happens from clients' perspective. So I'm going to tell Mike, our guest, and also viewers at home what the brief was. So basically our participants, they got an email from Suzuki, and she is the CEO of Hot Noodle. Woo! And basically she said, hey, the subject's bullying and harassment training. Suzuki has sent an email saying, we've identified the need to train our workers on bullying and harassment. Although we don't get many bullying and harassment complaints, we've had one in the last 12 months, We want to encourage a positive workplace where people feel uncomfortable to be themselves at work. If I was to pinpoint areas that could pose a risk in our restaurants, I would say it would be around jokes between staff and comments about racial stereotypes. We have a multicultural workforce. Our local government has the following advice, just standard government advice, links off to a website on the topic. We're looking for someone who can put this together as a short 5-minute training module. Using our brand, could you show us in a mock-up what you could do for us to help deliver this dry topic in an interactive and engaging way and present your findings in a video to me via Loom? Lots of love, Suzuki. She didn't really say that, but I think that's a bit fun to put in there. So in terms of technology, peoples, basically it needs to be a digital solution that can be used on mobile and desktop computers. Their goals and needs. So they have 26 restaurants across Queensland, Australia. If you're from here, you'll be getting my joke, but if not, that's okay. I just sound weird. Each with a manager and 10 to 15 employees, depending on the size of each restaurant. It's a fast-paced environment, and staff are generally university students. Using our brand, they want the mock-up. They have a budget of 15,000 Australian dollars, and they need to include why they chose their solution, why they recommend this as the specific approach, and how the tool they've chosen will help Hot Noodle meet their compliance needs. There's some voting criteria. People at home, you've been voting. We continue to ask you to vote. You want to watch the 2 videos so you can vote for your top 4 that will make it through to the semi-finals. And these are the criteria that you need to be paying attention to as we look at each of the submissions. Does it meet the brief? That would make sense, yes or no. Instructional design approach, visual design, and can it be achieved within the budget? Kath, let's introduce the first participant and watch their submission to Suzuki.
Okay. So first of all, we've got Troy. And for those of you who don't know Troy, and I know you all do, he's a manager, agency learning and development at Qantas Airways. So let's see what Troy submitted to Suzuki.
Hey there, Suzuki. Thanks so much for your request. Let's jump in and take a look at my solution called Arise the Noodle Hero. It is an interactive, engaging, gamified, articulate storyline 360 course. As you jump into the course, they will have the opportunity to select an avatar and a nickname to personalize their experience. The course itself is broken into 2 sections, the Need to Know and Become a Hero. Let's take a look at Need to Know. The Need to Know area covers the essential information your team needs to know about as set out by your local government, including the Hot Noodle core values. Additionally, we cover key terms they need to know about workplace bullying, repeated behaviour, and unacceptable behaviour. Let's jump in and take a look at the rest of the course. As you can see and hear, the course uses a number of micro interactions and sound effects to surprise and delight, engage, and motivate your team throughout the course. This is purposeful to turn the dry topic of bullying and harassment into an engaging and interactive one. Let's take a look at Become a Hero. Become a Hero is the gamified element of the course where your team must work through a number of scenarios based on the learning and decide if they are workplace bullying or not. They do this by swiping the scenario to the left or to the right based on their decision. Along the way, they earn points for their responses. And of course, for accessibility, they can select the relevant buttons towards the bottom. The course is responsive and can be completed on a mobile device or, of course, on a desktop. Upon completion, your team will be able to see how they went in the course and see how they're tracking against other Hot Noodle colleagues. This information is also synced through to a Google Sheet, which you'll be able to share with the team leaders of your restaurants so that they can also engage and motivate your team to complete the course. Well, Suzuki, I hope you enjoyed this quick video. I have included the link on the proposal. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.
Wow. What do you guys think?
Wow. So I love the effort that's gone into creating this submission. Wow.
A lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah. Expand. We'll give you the floor first, Mike. What's your initial reaction? What do you like seeing there?
Yeah, no, I really love the sound effects and the animation in there. That sort of goes what I would imagine is their brand, just based on the graphics and things. So it all fits together really nicely, and it's super fun. And really minimal blocks of text and all those sort of things. So really nicely done.
Yeah, agreed. Kath?
Yeah, I just thought it was looked great. Loved the interactions that Troy's added in. Something that's someone has to really understand a little bit about animation and understand how to get the most out of storyline to be able to make these transitions look so seamless.
Yeah.
So you just think it looks fantastic.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it was articulate necessarily. Like I know like you could tell it, but yeah, it's not what you would think of for a traditional articulate course that probably most people are used to seeing for e-learning.
No,
not at all.
I think it looks. Go on, Mike. Sorry.
No, I would say, just following up your earlier comment, I really love how he put the some scenarios in there, some realistic scenarios, so you have to decide, as opposed to just reading something off or just giving facts. It's sort of forcing you to apply that. So I really like that aspect as well.
Yeah, I think the leaderboard is good in this aspect. When you think about the demographic, they're probably higher app users in terms of games and stuff. When you think of the average age of a gamer is around 35, I think. So they're used to game mechanics, they're used to leaderboards. So I think it could be quite effective in this instance. I'm curious if you know how that Google Sheet feeds the data into Articulate. I haven't ever done anything like that before.
It's just JavaScript. It's
okay. So
it's very easy to do and very effective, because you think this is actually a perfect kind of demographic that would be like, oh crap, I'm gonna go back and do it and get better than Mike, so they'd be probably pretty motivated to go back in. I love the iconography. The drag and drop especially was, I'm going to use Troy's word, delightful. Yeah. And I thought he really used our little Hot Noodle logo very well. So
yeah.
And I think one other thing that's something that could be replicated for other future needs or campaigns, right? Like you could really easily just reskin that and use that and not ever, it's not going to get tired and dated really quick.
Yeah, so true.
I agree. Absolutely. You could put any kind of content in it. So
cool.
Yeah, well, fantastic job.
Yeah, well done. So anyone that wants to look at these submissions in detail, you can actually go to the Miller Note and see their proposed and the text in that and read it in detail to help you vote, or if you just want to learn more about those submissions. And let's get on to the next one.
Fantastic.
What a bang to start with. That was brilliant.
Oh,
I like
all of them. I have not looked at any of them. And I said last night, I'm so excited to see these submissions in the morning. Next up, we have got Amanda, and Amanda is a Learning Solutions Lead at Lend-Lease. Let's see what she submitted.
Hey Suzuki, so my learning solution for you is a scenario-based game. By having a scenario-based game, staff can get an opportunity to identify behaviours and acts of bullying and harassment. The purpose of the game is to encourage and empower staff to take action and call out any unwanted behaviours that they can see. So here's the mock-up of the game. I used flat illustrations to align with your branding. This is a great way to really express the scenarios and tell a story. This game will be a personalized experience to the user with a conversational tone of voice. To add in a bit of fun, I included some simple gamification techniques such as a scoring system. This game will also assess the staff's decision-making process. I then included some consequential feedback. So the use of consequential feedback will really allow the user to see their decisions play out in the scenario. The aim here again is to empower and encourage action. Post-scenario-based game, I included some call to actions. This is to really help staff know what they can do next after this 5-minute game experience. The first call to action that I included is a virtual commitment board using Padlet, where a user can post their commitment to create a positive workplace. All Hot Noodle staff members across Australia will have access to this virtual commitment board where they can contribute, like, comment, and interact with their colleagues' posts. The second call to action is really directing the users to the source of truth. This could be a policy or an infographic or anywhere where there's additional resources that are housed where they can access. Meeting your compliance needs. The scenario-based game will be developed in Articulate Storyline and handed over to you in a SCORM package where you can simply upload onto your LMS where you can track completion. The call to action at the end of the game is a nice little nudge to the staff, to help them bring awareness in creating a positive workspace free from bullying and harassment. And another final measure that I would recommend is, having visible posters with QR codes linked to the game and the virtual commitment board and resources, just so that you can meet your compliance needs on an ongoing basis. That's it. Let me know of your thoughts.
Holy moly. I am so impressed by these people. I'm so inspired. I just want to go get back to work and create some cool stuff.
Do you know how many people are going to be straight on to Troy and Amanda, would you like some freelance work?
Wow.
Well,
so far, I'm just
is so high.
Speechless.
Yeah,
Mike, what would you like to
say? Really fantastic. And my favorite thing of this is how she has expanded it beyond just the course. I love the QR code poster thing to get people there easily. That's fantastic. I love the community element with the pledge and the Padlet and being able to share all of that. And then I really love the other place where she can, click out to access extra materials, right? So that's things that you can change outside the course that can kind of keep it fresh and keep it relevant. I love it. I love it all. It's fantastic.
Pass.
Yeah, I totally agree. Love all her visuals. Just looks beautiful and fun. I kind of love the sunburst in the background that's just moving. The same. I love that she's thought about how they can make that pledge outside of the outside of the course and continue that conversation going. And you picked up on a really good thing, and I love the idea that the resources, because it is a QR code, you can just go in and keep changing that. And having those visible posters around the business, just kind of great little marketing initiative. So love it, Amanda. What a great job. You and Troy, I tell you, setting the bar very, very high.
A high bar.
Yes, yeah. So I love the graphics. I love the colors. I think the brand has really been represented very well here. I love the movement. You see Amanda brings in like little graphics and GIFs to bring like an attractiveness to the screen. I think that's just gorgeous. Who describes e-learning as gorgeous? Come on, like that's really just showing how, oh wow. And look,
But
the
e-learning
language
can be gorgeous.
well, that's represented here very clearly, and with Troy's. So far it can be.
Absolutely. Yeah, I
Um,
agree. I loved all the little indicators. Weren't they great?
Yes, yeah, love it. And that's just eye-catching. It's helping you with the visual hierarchy. Where should you as a learner be looking right now when there's so much going, or where is your eye journey to take you to the next thing, the next action that you need to take? The language is great in this, you know, like, oh, that's not funny. You know, like it's just really personal. So it's not next, back, click this to do blah, blah, blah. It's just, this is the name of the button. This is the action you need to take. And I love that the feedback is really about the consequences and encouraging the action to take as well.
And I love that Amanda actually explained that to Suzuki. She explains why consequence.
Know that stuff.
Yeah. Good job, Amanda. Blown away.
Before we look at the next one, I was just going to expand on, because I think we left it a bit open for people with that JavaScript thing. I know the JavaScript on Google. If you want to know how to do something, someone's got the code out there. So you literally just need to Google what you're trying to do and get the JavaScript code. And it's a copy and paste into the JavaScript thing in Articulate. So that's kind of, if you want to learn more about that, that's the avenue you want to go. You don't need to be a coder. Things are out there. It's just about putting it in and changing it, tweaking it a little bit for your solution.
I think, well, there's certainly lots of tutorials out there. Is it Kingsley from eLearning Brothers did a load of tutorials on leaderboards and things like that? I know that there are lots of tutorials out there that will give people the JavaScript to be able to do that. So just search. These are all great ideas that people have got. So, yeah.
And accessible, awesome. Like you say, just copy and paste. Like anybody can do it. You don't have to be intimidated by it. So absolutely.
That's right. And Articulate Heroes as well has absolutely loads. Oh, let's see who our next submission is from. My computer is not moving forward. I should have put it on this. So this is, again, this is what Amanda has submitted, and we'll put this in Milanote for you to kind of look at this in more detail while you're deciding. It's going to be hard who to vote for to go through to our next rounds. All right. So our next submission came through from Emma Pawson, who's a learning designer. Let's see what Emma has submitted for us.
My name's Emma, and thank you so much for allowing me to submit a solution for your positive workplace behaviours brief. I'm in the desktop view here, but I will be doing the demo in mobile-friendly device view. I just wanted to show you that it was compatible. Okay, so let's move over to the other view. So what you see here is a splash screen or a home page that the learner will access first of all. Gives them some overarching information about what's ahead. Most importantly, here you'll find an endorsement from yourself, perhaps, maybe an animation or a video explaining to them why this learning material is important and why positive workplace behaviours is important to Hot Noodle. You'll also see a menu here with a variety of topics that could be covered. However, for today's purpose, we'll go into an introduction to positive workplace. Okay, the tool I've chosen is called Elucidats. The reason why I've chosen that tool is because it is beautifully formatted. It's very conducive to what learners are expecting to see on the web these days. It's very similar to a web app. It gives that format of the one-page scroll. So there's one place that the learner can go to in order to find the information that they're looking for. So it's easy to be referenced at a later date should they want information at any given time. It's also awesome for them to do on their phones, perhaps on the way into work whilst they're commuting. And it's fully customizable and has stacks of different interactions that we could use. So I'll go through a couple that I've put together here, but by no means is this a comprehensive display of what's available. So on the screen, you have 2 examples of ways that you can display text. So chunking it down into really nice digestible amounts of content. So your classic accordion here. I've also popped in links throughout the course, just so that the learner can refer to more information should they wish. A really nice element is the gaming element also. So the learner can collect stars based on activities that they've completed throughout the learning experience. As you can see, I've customized the background throughout, so we can do that. We can have a really nice, clean, innovative look and feel as well. And finally, the learner can interact with the learning material to see whether they're confident, whether they have the knowledge to apply the information that they've learned. And also what's really nice about Elucidat is that they can submit a question to yourself as well, should they want more information. What I've also popped in, as I said, some links throughout, because I think that in this instance, with a short learning module, it's important to have references. Thank you for your time. Bye.
All right, Kath, I'll throw to you first this time.
Oh, I think it looks fantastic. I mean, I can't believe the level that everyone is at with their modules. It just, yeah, looks brilliant. I like Elucidat a lot. It natively does. It is responsive, so it's you know, look great. Yeah, I'm blown away actually by all of the solutions that have been submitted.
Mike, what have you got to say?
Yeah, just it's so clean and crisp, and like it looks so good.
I can
as
see
Kath
Mike's
said,
face now. I'll just let you know there's tears rolling down his eyes because he's so impressed with this submission.
I've been moved by an e-learning course. It's and you know, and again, I love that she's adding outside elements to this. She's adding the ability to communicate and ask questions, and you know, I think that's an important thing for these types of things. Is, you know, it's can be more than just a course and that's it. Like, open it up and connect it to other outside elements. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah. I think considering the time constriction of this module that Suzuki's looking for, 5 minutes, like really good way to point people out to further information. But that's not just because it's a quick module, it should be considered for all training. I think the CEO video, like we've seen that work very well for projects ourselves, where that credibility and endorsement and just communicating the why from the top down, because staff always want to see, well, what's our leaders doing? You know, they tell us all this stuff, but what are they doing? So I think if you can debunk some of that stuff, you're able to get buy-in from employees a lot easier. And I love the idea of being able to submit the questions. You know, that's very personalized learning. It creates that dialogue where you want to create cultural change on something like this, and then you use that data, those questions, to communicate more, because if you get more the same questions over and over, you know that people are getting stuck on the same thing, and that tells you where your next direction or path is that you need to help your staff out with. Well,
Absolutely.
again, done.
And she's done very well using the colours within the Hot Noodle. I could see that throughout. So
yeah.
Yeah,
it was a great brand to be able to bring to life, and we've seen so far 3 different look and feels, but really encapsulating the brand very well, and you could see that it worked for Hot Noodle.
Yeah. Fantastic job, Emma. Great job. Let's move on to our next submission, which is from Shirleen. And Shirleen is an e-learning instructional designer from New South Wales Customer Service. 4 Aussies.
Oh, yeah.
In this episode. I know. Crazy. All right. Let's see what Shirleen has submitted.
Hi everyone, I'm Shirleen. I'm going to be talking about my solution for Hot Noodle. So my solution for Hot Noodle is a micro-learning course created by EdApp authoring tool. So this authoring tool provides design templates. However, my solution will include CSS customization. So this course is responsive and can be exported into SCORM file, which is great for Hot Noodle. That means they can upload the SCORM file into their LMS platform that allows tracking for completion. So as you can see here on the screen, I've created a mockup for the desktop and mobile version. However, I do think that the mobile version is priority because university students tend to be on their mobile all the time and they're very much engaged with it. And in hospitality industry, everyone's always on the go and they're in a fast-paced environment. So it makes sense to have courses they are available and accessible anytime and anywhere. So I'm gonna go through some screens with you guys now. You're looking at the welcome screens here. On the left, you're gonna see a splash screen with a graphic of a sad-looking woman overshadowed by a woman and a man, and the text says, "Let's stop bullying and harassment. Identify each bullying and harassment in the 3 personal video experiences." On the right, you're gonna see introductory piece about workplace bullying and harassment. So all the content in the course are from the Queensland Workplace Bullying and Harassment Guidelines, but they've been transformed into bite chunks. So as a user completed interaction on each slides, they're gonna see 3 different videos in this course. Each video is 20 seconds long. There's going to be one about bullying, there's going to be one about sexual harassment, there's going to be one about discrimination. Each video has been created in a way that it makes it look like that it happens to the users. So as the user completes the video, they're going to be asked a question and they're going to be provided an instant feedback. And as soon as they completing all 3 videos, they're going to be provided by information on what kind of actions they could take if they're experiencing or witnessing harassment or bullying. So the last part that I'll be talking about budget. So I've been in touch with the app support and they mentioned that I need to have a minimum of 20 license of growth plan to be able to export SCORM, and that comes out to 255 Australian dollars. And also there is a graphic and digital design service, storyboard development, CSS, filming and editing, and script writing. So all the budget comes down to $14,755, which is still slightly below than the budget mentioned by Hot Noodle at the beginning. So that's it. I hope that makes sense and you guys enjoy it. Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Kat, give us your reaction.
Oh,
I just want to say my heart is fucking bursting because this is just
Did
like
you just
so
use the
inspired.
F-bomb? Did you just use the F-bomb?
You're gonna draw more attention. Yes, I did say the F-bomb, or fuck, as I like to refer to it.
In the best of all uses.
Yeah. But that's how passionate I am about this, what we are seeing. Oh my God, you're all incredible. Kath, back to you.
Oh, I just love it. I mean, this has actually been a tool that I haven't really been privy to before the show, and I have been looking into it, and you can I was actually blown away looking at some of the solutions that you can add CSS and really put some advanced customization to it. It just looks great. I absolutely love this. I love the use of videos. I love the imagery that she's used to complement the Hot Noodle branding. I love that she gave a full budget breakdown at the end. That was great. And yeah, just can't, yeah, could just go on forever. Love it.
Mike, what do you reckon?
Yeah, more tears of joy over here. It's beautiful. It really is. And my favorite part of this one was how they were putting the viewer into the scene, right? So it's as if it's happening to them. I really love that. Super creative. Love the interactivity of it. I've actually done a few projects in EdApp, and if anybody hasn't tried it, they should go out and download it today because it's a lot of fun to work with. And obviously, as you can see here, you can create some really beautiful, super projects. So yeah, awesome stuff.
Yeah. I think that first person perspective is really powerful for a learner experiencing learning. That's where you get that emotional tap in. And I just think the impact there. That's how you change behavior, through that emotion. So well done, Shirleen, on that first person perspective. And a simple thing, if you're not just doing video, that's using you, the language you over we. You know, you can do it through text as well for that accountability. I love the language of let's stop. It's a collective effort through the Hot Noodle community or team members. You know, together we can achieve this, is kind of what I get from that language of the initiative. And I love the symbolism in her logo, where I didn't really know what was going on, but now that she's like shared it, I'm like, oh, that's really nice. And I just have to say, great research and development to figure out if you could actually achieve it. And I think that's a key thing we need to do as practitioners, especially if you're a freelancer, a consultant, or running a business, is making sure what you're proposing is possible within the budget before you actually go and say it to the client. And one of the things, I know Kath and I have a quoting and proposals session running at the learning conference. One of the tips I'd share for people around estimating, or if you're going to communicate, is just saying, yes, we can get it done within your budget, but don't itemize. I feel like when you itemize a budget or your quote for people, they can pull that apart, and they pull it apart because they don't understand the effort behind it. Now, that can come from the price point of how we've got here, the storyboard's going to be this, the videos are going to be this, but it can also come down to the effort. So if you said there's 8 hours of project management in there, then they'll go, oh, it doesn't take 8 hours to do that. So I wouldn't disclose that to people that don't understand and appreciate the effort that will go into it, and they don't need to know that level of detail either.
I agree. Fantastic. Well, we've had 4 amazing submissions.
Yep, definitely. Time to vote.
Time to vote.
The link will be in the description, peoples. You can go to Milanote, read the full details of what they're saying, because they only had 3 minutes to communicate back. But I guess what you can see is you have a first impression, your biases are coming through. Make sure you look at the criteria, because there is the wow factor there, but making sure that it actually meets what Suzuki needs. So check the link in the description. Check out the other videos. So there's 2 videos, 8 participants in total. So you can vote who should make it through to the semi-final. Well, Mike, thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate your insights and for spending time with us here on the show.
Any
Absolutely,
feedback from yourself?
Pleasure. Feedback for myself, or
yeah, critique yourself there, sure.
I have a face made for radio. That's my critique for myself. But I think the best thing, as amazing as all of these were, like, there are things that are accessible to anyone, right? Like, it's not like really high tech, steep learning curves to get up. So I think that's the best part of it, is it's inspiring and then accessible at the same time.
Yeah. Kath, what's your digest of the quarterfinals so far?
It's a very high standard, and that's great. I really hope, the whole point of us doing the show was to get some really good examples and be able to kind of break them down and talk about them and showcase them. I think this session, we've said this in every session though, Kim, there'll be a lot of learning that happens in this session, but this one, I think, yeah, there's a lot to take in, and a lot of great ideas that people are going to go, ooh, that looked good. Ooh, I like the way that they've chunked that content down. So, it's this is a compliance training, and compliance training is some of the worst training people can do. And we've shown quite a small budget, and we've got 4 great examples there for you to go and have a think about. And I'm excited to see the next submissions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, To those that submitted in this episode, I really do truly commend you for the effort that you put in, like to put that interactivity. You've gone and built it, your video, you may have done your video multiple times to get it right, but you've done an exceptional job. So well done on that. Really, really proud. I'm personally very inspired. They're all very strong submissions. And I just want you to take a moment to think about, you know, the show is getting thousands of views. If one person watches that, you know, as a learning practitioner, and they're designing learning for their organization, which is hundreds of people, just think of the impact that you're having out there in the world by participating. So although you're getting lots of learning, industry is getting so much from it, because it's just what is it? Like the ripple effect of it is just so huge. So thank you and well done. Be proud of yourselves. Thanks everyone for watching. Please share this with anyone that you think may be inspired so that we can create better learning around the world.
Awesome job, guys. And I'd say if you're interested in even having a go at some of these briefs, the Miller Noteboard is up there. Jump on, and you know, you could even submit just through YouTube a link through to an example of your work, and you know, just kind of let's keep this conversation going. So well done. Great job.
I'll share it for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you everybody for your time, and we will see you in the next episode.